Happy Friday to you guys. Hope you guys are doing great and are going to have a great weekend. Hope your week was good as well. I just finished up my Friday cleaning site this morning. Left a little bit early. Jess has a meeting today at 1:30. All of the outreach teams leave for the DTS, the Discipleship Training School, leave this Sunday. So there's a big transition happening at the YWAM base here in Honolulu. And yeah, we're excited that those teams are going out and going to the nations and are going to share the good news of Jesus in a lot of places. Our School of Missions and Evangelism team is also leaving, and they are committed to going to Cambodia for 2 years, and we're stoked on that. Jess graduated her Biblical Core Course students last night and commissioned out that team. That team is going to closed country in Asia, and they leave in January, so they're going to at least get to go home for Christmas if they're choosing to do so, and then they'll meet back up here and head to Asia after that. So that's exciting stuff that is going on. Today I wanted to talk about patience and emotional resilience. So Tuesday was Giving Tuesday, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to jump on this concept and send out a email ask to see if anybody wants to do any end of the year giving. November 1st, I tried to jump on that and just ask some specific people if they want to partner with us in that way. And we got a few responses of people that committed to doing so, and that's awesome. And so I was just like, you know what, let's put this out to the rest of our list. So our email list, I've worked really hard over the past 15-20 years to build that email list, and we have a little over 800 people on that email list. So I put that email out to about 800 people, and it's probably a better strategy to include people's first name in there, but I intentionally wrote it to "Hey everyone," and I think that's just because I've been living in Hawaii, and Hawaii is real big on politeness and not shaming people. So if you ask to a group, then people can feel they don't feel obligated to give like it is. So I just didn't want to be offensive to people that were on that Hawaii list. What I should probably do is just separate the two groups. But it's interesting, where you live influences how you think and then what you do as well. So anyway, our Tuesday giving email ask went out to 800 people, and I was like, you know what, let's put something on Facebook as well so people can see that. I've got a little over 1,800 friends on Facebook, so put that on there too. Even recorded a Facebook Live asking as well, and 24 hours went by and there was no donations, so I was feeling pretty discouraged about that. 36 hours went by and still no donations the next morning. And then I think I checked my email and there was one donation, and then there was 2 donations. So I think patience is huge. Not, people have to take time to think, or maybe they don't open their email every day and stuff like that. So I think there's been a couple more donations that have come in since then as well, so thank you so much if you have donated. But yeah, it's just, for me, it's just like, hey, it might take a week or more for these donations to roll in, so be okay with being patient. Don't allow yourself to get discouraged a day after you asked. So I think that's important for us to learn. Where do we need to be exercising patience? And then just emotional resilience, right? Even if it went a week and no one gave, do I have the ability to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, what did I not do well? It was funny. I taught the book of Revelation this week, and Jess's Biblical Core Course in that school, and their team is headed out to Asia, like I mentioned earlier, and so they're in the process of support raising as well. And I was driving one of the staff home, and on the ride home during that time, I think she got like 3 or 4 donations just in the time from going out to lunch. I just wanted to go out to lunch and celebrate me wrapping up that teaching. She got like 3 donations at that time, and I was like, dang it. So how do we realize that there's an abundance in the world, and I don't need to be jealous of other people's success. I think that's awesome. I want those people to go, so I'm stoked that she's getting those donations, and it just, our gut response to things kind of reveals our hearts sometimes, and we get to just correct those thoughts as well. So yeah, just because somebody else is getting something good doesn't mean that you're not. And we serve, if you're a follower of Jesus, we serve the same God, and he's a good father, and he gives good gifts. So stay encouraged in that. But yeah, just emotional resiliency. I think a lot of times when I face discouragement, I want to go and hide. I just want to crawl into bed and pull the sheets over my head and not, just hide and wallow in my feeling. And that doesn't help at all. So am I willing to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, maybe that ask was worded not the best way. Maybe because I didn't include pictures. Jess's staff member said, you know what, I really think it was the pictures that she had in her email. And then she just did a follow-up email as well a couple days later. She saw someone else do that recently. And so there was a follow-up email saying how much had been given and how much they still needed. And so, that follow-up email is probably really good. So I didn't include any pictures in that. And so I think when I do a follow-up email maybe next week, just letting people know the results that are in after a week of giving, then I'll include some photos. So that's just resiliency right there. Are we able to be resilient, go back to the drawing board? Maybe your first attempt won't work. Maybe your second attempt won't work. But can we keep growing, and do we have the humility to ask good questions and stuff like that and go back and change things as well? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, patience and emotional resilience. And yeah, hey, if you're watching this and you want to partner with us and give an end of the year gift to our ministry, that would be awesome. I will put a PayPal link in this when I get home. But I am headed home now, and Jess has a meeting at 1:30, so I'm going to hang out with the kiddo, and she has some events just wrapping up the school this evening as well. So we're busy. We are traveling to the mainland for a bit. Jess is going to be teaching in the Summit Training School in Dalton, Georgia. She's teaching a week on the time of the prophets. Both major and minor. She's going to cover a third of the Bible in 1 week, and so I'm pretty proud of her. I have a limited amount of time that I can get off of work, so she's going to travel with our son on her own. Total rock star wife that I have there. She's going to be traveling to Dalton, and then I'm going to meet up with them soon after that, and I will be on the mainland less than a week. Fly out on a Sunday after church. Going to spend some time in Atlanta with Jess's family there, and then South Carolina with my family just for a couple days, and then we fly out Sunday to get back on Monday. So this might be my quickest mainland trip that I've ever taken before. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, it's going to be good. Hope you guys are gearing up for Christmas. What's a cool Christmas tradition that you have? Go ahead and comment and let me know that. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon, guys. I don't know if you saw, but there was another shooting this morning at another naval base in Pensacola, Florida. There was a shooting here recently at the Pearl Harbor naval base at one of the dry docks. Pretty sad stuff that's going on. But anyway, stay hopeful. I think that's really important. We've got to guard our hope. There's a lot of bad things going on in the earth, but there's a lot of really good things as well. And if we're followers of Jesus, man, we have so much hope. So stay hopeful, guard your hopefulness. Stay hopeful and stay after it as well. That's important. With that hope, we've got to take lots of action. So stay hopeful and stay after it. All right, guys. See ya.